Hello everyone, welcome to the brand new series of React for Everyone. Today we are going to discuss about what exactly the installation steps are involved for React project. And along with that, we will also discuss what exactly the folder structure we will get after the installation. So let's begin with the installation. For installation purpose, we require some prerequisite softwares like Node.js and VS Code Editor. Both are an open source software. So let's begin with the Node.js. For Node.js, you can visit the Node.js website and after visiting, just go to the download section of it. In this download section, you will get some different type of versions and along with that versions, you can see here you are getting LTS. LTS stands for long-term support. So always try to install the LTS latest version of Node.js. If your machine is of Windows, then you will get exe file as a setup, but in Mac you will get pkg file from it. So accordingly, as per your operating system, you can choose it from this drop down and the architecture as well. So once your setup get downloaded, just install it like a normal software which you installed day to day in your machine. And after installation of the Node.js, just try to download the VS Code editor as well and install it. Once you download these two softwares, you can just check it out whether your installation got successful or not. For just checking purpose, you can open a terminal on your Mac. Otherwise, on Windows, you can open the command prompt. After opening command prompt or terminal, you can just type node-v, which is a checking command Node.js version. So after that, you will get the exact version you have installed in your machine. Right now, I have installed some beta version of Node.js, but I also have the rest of the Node.js version in my machine. So just keep in mind, whatever version you are installing, that version needs to be shown over here. If you are not getting the version, that means your installation is not successful. You have to do it again. Once you're done with the installation of Node.js and VS Code, let's move to the next step, which is how we can install the React application in your system. So for that, I will give some brief idea. For installing React, we have the two different ways. First one is your CRA. CRA stands for Create React App. This is the command through which we were installing or we were creating a React project earlier, but nowadays that CRA get deprecated in 2025. So it was a part of React 8.15 to React 18 earlier, and through which we were creating a React application. But what exactly the issue we found or React faced due to the CRA, because of which now the React recommends you to use Vite, otherwise Parcel or RS build. So these are the three different building tools they are suggesting in their documentation itself from 2025. So if you are giving an interview for React, interviewer can ask you what exactly the issue we were having with the CRA and why we are choosing Vite nowadays. Otherwise, the question can be rephrased like this: what exactly the issue was with Webpack so that we are moving towards a Vite. Webpack is a bundler in CRA and Vite is a building tool which having the bundler as ESBuild. ESBuild is quite faster than your Webpack. I will show you both the steps of installation of CRA as well as Vite so that you will get an idea how the Vite is faster than your Webpack. So earlier, what exactly the issue was with the Webpack? That is the main question, right? So that you can ask or you might be asked by the interviewer in your interview. So always try to give the concise answer to your interview that Webpack was a bundler, and if you are doing any small modification in your application, still Webpack was building the whole application instead of just bundling that component. So Vite has resolved that issue and ESBuild has resolved that issue. Instead of bundling the whole application, it bundles only the limited part of component which are required at the time of rendering. If you are asking or if you are demanding for another component, then Vite only renders or it only loads that respective component whenever we require. Otherwise, it won't try to bundle it out so that it tries to minimize that time and will give you the hot module replacement of it. If you wanted to see what exactly the hot module replacement is, you just go and Google it out how the hot module replacement works in your React. Now let's begin with the actual implementation or actual installation of the React application. As I told you, there are two ways. One is your CRA and second one is your Vite. So I will firstly target the Vite installation as React recommends that installation, and then I will show you how the CRA application gets created. So I will suggest you to go to the official React website and then go to the documentation of it. This is the documentation of the React website where you will get one section installation. If you scroll down, there are two options you are getting. Building a React application from scratch. Otherwise, second option, add the React to the existing project. Now, we don't have any existing project, so that's why we will start with the scratch. So there is one link they have given. You can click over here. Otherwise, the link is also there, building React app from scratch. I will go to that link and you can see they have given the building tool list. First one is your Vite, second parcel, third RS build. So for this series, we will target to create your React application using Vite building tool, as it is very simpler to understand and folder structure is also very simpler for the React. So we will prefer the Vite. For that, you just copy this command and open a VS Code editor. Right now, I have already opened the VS Code editor and now I am inside the desktop directory. If you wanted to create your project in particular directory like C drive or D drive in the Windows or in Mac desktop or download or wherever you want, you just go to that directory first and then just paste that command which we have copied. In this command, just see carefully, they have given npm create Vite @latest. This is the main command for creating Vite React application. Rest of the things I will tell you what exactly the rest of the things are there. This is the actual command we require. But if you are sure with the name of React project, then you can give it after the space over here. Now for just understanding purpose, I'm just giving Vite-React app. Please don't try to give space over here. Please don't try to give capital letters as is project name. So try to be a very simpler one and give it in the small letters. I have separated the space by using hyphen and just pressing the enter. After pressing enter, it will ask you some extra things like first choose the framework. As we are targeting the React, just go down to the React and press enter. Now it is asking for you the variant, which type of variant you wanted to create, like TypeScript or JavaScript or any other one. So I will choose for time being JavaScript because most of the developers or most of the beginners are not knowing the TypeScript. So I will start with the JavaScript for this series. Just pressing enter. Now it is asking for you use roll down width. What exactly the roll down width? Your roll down width is also a type of bundler for the width, but it is mostly used in the production. For development perspective, we don't require the roll down width. We already have the ES build bundler in your width. So I will choose no for time being and just press enter. Now the last step it is asking or last confirmation it is asking install with npm and start now. For time being, for just understanding purpose, I am giving no. But why no? Because we will install npm and we will start it by own. We will do it manually. No need to do it through your command. So I will choose no and press enter. See, your React application gets created. Within a fraction of a second, it created your React application. You can see in the left hand side the whole React application it created. If you wanted to see whether the created React application is working or not, just do one thing. Go the command wise cd space wait React app. which is the project name, right? I'm going inside the project. Now it is asking for the next command, npm install. What exactly the npm install will do, right? That is a question. So you should ask to yourself what exactly the npm install will do. npm install will check your package.json file from your created project. Here, this is the package.json file which having scripts and dependencies and dev dependencies. Scripts nothing but the commands which we required for running the application or building your application. Next, main important thing, dependencies and dev dependencies. If I'm an interviewer and if I wanted to ask some questions to the candidate, then definitely as a fresher or if the candidate having less than 2 or 3 years of experience, I will definitely ask this type of questions. What exactly the difference between dependencies and dev dependencies? So always remember, dependencies are nothing but the packages we required for the production purpose, and dev dependencies are the packages we required for development, building, and linting errors. So these are the major differences between dependencies and dev dependencies. As you can see, React is a dependency while Vite is a dev dependency. Vite, because Vite is just a building tool which is required at the time of development. Once the application get developed, whenever we wanted to publish it on the production, then that time only React and React don't be required, right? In future, we will install some other dependencies as well, which we require for the production mode and which we require for the dev dependencies as well. So now if I install the command or if I run the command npm install, for that I will clear the screen and will show you npm install. You can give npm install command, otherwise the short way is npm I. Both are same, so I am just giving npm I. What it will do, here you can see public and src. These are the two folders we have only. Now after npm install, it will create a separate folder known as node modules. Now see, it created the node module folder, but from where the node module folder came? It came from the dependencies which you have given in the package.json. So it will try to install each package by using npm install command. One by one, it will take the package from the package.json and will try to install it in your React application. So because of that, it creates your node module folder. If you expand it, see, these are the packages we required for the React application, right? If I wanted to run the React application, so these are the dependencies or the packages we required. And I can see here we are just mentioning few packages or few dependencies, but still the node module have many dependencies or many packages here. Why is it so? Is it because we are installing the dependency, but in background some dependency also required some interdependency, so it tries to install that too. So because of that reason, you are getting some bigger view of or bigger picture of your node module. One more thing, we are not going to push node module on your GitHub or GitLab. Why? Because node module is having a higher size or large size, and we don't want to waste our memory in GitHub or GitLab. So we are trying to neglect or we trying to ignore that node module folder. If you see in the git ignore, we already have the node module folder written inside it. What exactly git ignore will do? Git ignore will try to ignore the node module folder from pushing on your GitHub or GitLab. So for that purpose, git ignore file is used. Now we have seen first file as package.json. Next we have seen git ignore. Now we will see one by one folders and the rest of the files as a folder structure in React. Next folder is your public folder. What exactly the use of public folder in your React? Always remember, public folder is a place where we are keeping the static assets. What exactly the static assets means? Images, CSS files, or the fonts which are required for running your React application, we can keep in public folder. But there is one catch. If you are mentioning static asset inside a public folder, those assets will not get minified while creating a production build. That means whatever size of image or fonts are there, that image or font will be copied as it is in your build. So that means we are going to increase the build size. But be careful about that. We will try to store all the images and fonts inside the src folder, not in the public folder. But still, if you don't want to minify that files, then you can keep it in your public folder. Next folder is your src. This is the main heart of React, where each and every component, each and every code we are going to write in future. So almost you can think 90 to 99% you are going to do the code inside the src folder. Rest of the files which are outside of the src, those are just a configuration or index.html file. This is the index.html file which having the basic structure of the index.html, and this is the entry point for Vite application, Vite React application. You can see here we have the header, head and body tag, where we are mentioning div as id root. Script is there by default. Whenever we are mentioning any script, then your HTML tries to load that script, right? So our main entry point for the React application will be index.html, which automatically calls your React code from src folder as main.jsx. Why JSX? Because we are using JavaScript right now. If we are using JavaScript, then the extension will be JSX. But if you are using TypeScript, then definitely the extension will be TSX. So this is the entry point for your React application. Next, your git ignore, readme and vite config. Here by default, Vite creates a basic structure or basic configuration we required for the development perspective or for your basic React application. If you wanted to add some any extra configuration in future, then definitely you can add it over here. This is the folder structure overview for Vite. And now after installing npm install, we can running this or we can run this application using this command. What exactly the command we require for it? Now just go to the package.json and here you can see dev. Dev is a command, and how we can run it? Npm run dev. This is the command for running your React application. If I press enter, see it will in a fraction of second it gives you the URL where the React application get opened. Means if you copy and paste it over here, see your React application is working fine. And for testing purpose, suppose if I click this button, then count value is increasing, right? That means your React application is working fine. This is all about Vite installation or creation of the React application using Vite building tool. But there is another approach as well, which is the CRA, which was get deprecated in February 2025. But still, if we wanted to learn how the CRA application gets created, that I will show it here. Before proceeding with the CRA application, I will first of all stop the running of this Vite application. How I can stop this application? Just press Ctrl C so that your prompt will again come back to that Vite React application position and the application gets stopped. After coming this position, I'm just clearing first of all the terminal and going outside of the directory of Vite app. Now you can see if I press ls, the Vite application is there, right? I will minimize this one and will clear the console again. Now my main motto is to create the React application using CRA. But how we can create it? For that we have the command npx create hyphen react hyphen app space and the project. Earlier I have given Vite React app as a project name. Here you can give any name over here, but for time being, for understanding purpose, I'm just giving name as CRA React app and pressing enter. After pressing enter, you can see it is installing everything. Means whatever the dependencies we have installed earlier in Vite by using command npm install, it is doing by its own. And now you can see it is installing everything npm, see installing template, and boom, it have created your React application. You can see in the left hand side CRA application get created. Below the wait app is there, but you can see the React application where package.json is there. Similarly, we have the dependencies here. Dependencies. One thing you have noticed, right? Dependencies where React and React DOM is there, but rest of the things are also there, like testing libraries or everything. You can omit that or you can remove that as well. But for just a basic purpose or basic understanding purpose, I'm just showing you the package.json file. Rest of the folder structure is same. Public folder is there, src is there, but here index.html file goes inside this public folder, right? Earlier in Vite, you can see in Vite it was outside, but in CRA it was inside the public folder. That is the just minor difference was there. But in CRA it already have installed everything, means every dependency it already installed. So that's why you are getting node module folder by default after installing or after creation of the CRA application. Now it is asking you just confirm with the two commands. Which one first is cd cra react app? Yeah, that is the first command it is suggesting. Then it is asking you to run npm start. Earlier, for running the Vite application, we were having npm run dev command, but in CRA, we were having npm start. And just pressing npm start, it automatically opens the browser. See, it automatically opens localhost 3000 and you will see the UI over here. Some difference you are seeing, right? Vite application starts immediately, but CRA takes some time, 2 to 3 seconds or 4 seconds. That was the lag, that was the difference you can see. And because of that reason only, React now suggests you to go with the Vite or Parcel or the RS build so that you will get the faster response or faster UI. So this is all about CRA application creation and Vite application creation. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share this channel with your friends and with your colleagues. Thank you.